All right, we're live. We are live. Just wait a little bit. Might as well start a Q&A. All right, let's keep that poll up there for any other joining people, and I'll let them answer. Hola, Santiago. But yeah, we'll just see what happens. We'll wait for some people to join. Yeah, that's really it. Not really a crazy stream. You guys can ask any questions, and I'm open to it. Upcoming stop motions, or if there's any on the channel you've seen before. If you watch the channel, you may join. But you guys may ask anything you would like, and I will come up with an answer for it. But I'll just wait for some more people to join, and yeah, we'll just chill. But hello to whoever just joined the stream. This is just a pretty chill stream. You can ask any questions you'd like. You can answer the question that I put up on the screen for the Q&A. And overall, just do whatever. You can ask any questions. You can share anything you'd like to share. And yeah, anybody, you can ask questions, share anything you'd like. You can ask if there's any stop motions you've seen before on my channel that you're interested in seeing more of. You can ask questions about that. Or if there's a stop motion idea that you'd want to see, I'll be glad to think about it. Hello, Amani. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, go ahead and ask any questions, share anything you'd like. And I will be glad to answer. You can also answer the question for the Q&A on the screen. And yeah, whatever you would like to ask or share, I'm open. I'll listen. I'll acknowledge it, and you can basically do whatever. But yeah, go ahead and ask your questions. Ask away. I may end the Q&A in a bit and put up a poll, but as of now, I'll let it sit for a minute. And if you guys wanna put an answer for the Q&A, go ahead. But yeah, go ahead and put your questions into the stream. And I will be glad to answer them. Whatever you would like to ask, I can come up with an answer for, and I will be open to anything. Okay. Mika Valkaloy is my favorite figure. Cool. Any other questions? You can. Go ahead. Stick it right there. Okay. Whoever is in the stream, you can ask any question. I'm open to answer. Oh, there we go. Hello to those that have just joined the stream. This is just a chill stream. You can ask any questions you'd like. You can answer the Q&A on the screen. And overall, this is not something not really crazy. You can go ahead and ask whatever. I had put up a live stream that I had streamed yesterday. Some people joined in and tuned in to watch, ask tons of questions. But yeah, if you'd like to do so, go ahead and ask away. And I will be right here, open to anything. Mr. Beast Lab monster thing. Nice, Blue Bandit. If I had to pick a favorite figure that I've got in my collection, it's a pretty tough decision between... Oh, me and Epstein would go crazy with this setup. But, yeah, if I had to pick my favorite figure in my collection, it's probably a tie between, the Hammond Collection T-Rex right here and the Hiya Toys, Beast Glove Kong, which I just got recently for my birthday this week. But it's really, between those two. Nice. Thank you, Blue Bandit. And if there's any figures that I have, or if you're interested in asking if I have them, how many figures do I have? That's a very tough question, Blue Bandit. I would have to count, because I have a lot of figures, so there's no telling how many I have right now. I'd have to count. But if there's a time where I do count, I will get back to you on that. And I will come up with an answer. Thank you for the love, guys. But I will come up with an answer eventually on how many figures I have, Blue Bandit. If there's any figures you're interested in seeing, your favorite figure you have is a Dark Magician Girl. Nice, heck Nico. But if there is a certain figure you're interested in seeing, or if there is one that you would want to know if I have, you can go ahead and let me know now. Of the categories of figures I have, you're better off asking if I have any certain Godzilla figures, Jurassic World figures, or Pokemon figures, because they are the majority of figure genre that I have. So if there's any figures from those three genres that you're interested in seeing, I can see if I have them. Any dinos? Yes, plenty of dinosaurs. Like I just showed, one of the tie between my favorite figure with the Beast Glove calling from Hiya Toys. It was the Hammond Collection T-Rex. Any cool EVs or evolutions? I do actually have a few evolutions. Can I see? Yes, you can see Blue Bandit. I will grab the Hammond Collection T-Rex right now. And then, heck, Nico, I will look for the evolutions right after this, because I do have 2 evolution figures, and then I do have an Eevee. But here's the Hammond Collection T-Rex, by far my biggest Jurassic World figure that I have. Also my favorite. But some of the joints are a bit loose on it, but for the most part, it's really nice. It is pretty big, yeah. If there's any certain poses you'd like me to put it in, I'll be happy to do so. So if you have a pose you'd like to recommend for me to put the T-Rex in, go ahead and let me know now. A massive roar? Okay. I can think of something. I'll come up with something for that. Here we go. How's that, Blue Bandit? Is that good for a massive roar? Okay, that's good. All right, heck, Nico, if you're still in the stream, I'm going to look for the evolutions, right now. Thank you, Blue Bandit and Aura Games. But I'm going to look for the 2 evolution figures right now. And if I find them, I will let you know. Because I do have quite a few Pokemon figures. And I know for a fact I do have a few evolutions. Just may take a second to find them. Because they're like buried somewhere in all of my stuff. It shouldn't take too long. I think there might be one over here. Mimikyu? I do not have Mimikyu, sadly. Definitely a figure I do want to get, but one of my favorite Pokemon. But I sadly do not have a Mimikyu figure. Alright, I may have found the evolutions right down here, all the way at the bottom of my, one of these bins I have. This may be the evolutions right here. Alright, I've got one of them. Let's see if I can find the second one. But if not, I'll just show off the one that I've got right now. Oh, there it is. Alright, heck, Neku, I have found the 2 evolution figures, so I'll show them off in a minute. Just move the T-Rex out of the way. So the 2 that I have, I do have Eevee, I just couldn't find the Eevee in there. But the 2 that I do have are Glaceon and Leafeon. Those are the 2 evolution figures that I have, so here they are. I've got Glaceon and Leafeon. Leafeon right here, Glaceon right here. I got these guys in a a multi pack of figures. I got a bunch of them in it. I do have the Garchomp that came with that set. But I did see him in there, but he's kind of broken in a way. But yeah, those are the two evolutions. If there's any other figures you guys would like to see, go ahead, let me know now, and I'll take them out. If there's a certain figure from like Jurassic World, Pokemon, Godzilla, any of those genres, I can see if I have a figure of one. I am going to put this guy down for a minute as like something to look at. Put this one down. Dude, I bought you that. I definitely know he wouldn't be here without him. What's up? My dad is in the chat. Everybody say hi. He's under my name. But yeah, we're just putting those guys as some placeholders. Certain figure you guys want to see. Any other ones? You have a King Ghidorah model kit fighting a Godzilla on your shelf. That's pretty cool, Blue Bandit. Thanks for saying hi to him, everybody. But I've got plenty of figures, so ask it for any of them between those three genres, and I will gladly show them off. You can ask about any upcoming stop motions, like if there's one that you've seen on the channel before that you'd like to see more of or are interested in seeing more of. You can go ahead and ask about it. I do not have the what genres again? So the three genres, you've got Godzilla, Jurassic World, and Pokemon. Those are the three genres. I do have some Pokemon cards. I don't just have Pokemon figures. But I do have some cards that, if you'd like, I can show right now. A few of them I've pulled from packs, and then the other ones I got at card expos and other things. But if you'd like to see them, you sell Pokemon's cards on Whatnot. That's pretty good. I know Whatnot is like a pretty big thing where people sell those cards a lot, so that's pretty good. But if you'd like to see any of the cards or all of the cards, I have them right here if you'd like to see them. You can let me know in the chat right now. Do you have a Gigantamax? That's what do you have G-Max? I think that's what it's called. I do have G-Max cards. I have one singular G-Max in the deck that I'm holding right now, but in my binder of cards, I have a few other ones. If you'd want, I can go and grab those now. Because I do have a few more VMAXs in there. And then I could show you the nicer VMAX last. Because that is my rarest one. That VMAX. So I'll go grab that binder right now. And I'm going to show them off. Okay, so I'm going to clear off. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Blue Bandit. Just going to clear off, or clear some of these figures out of the way so we can show off the Pokemon cards. Do you want to see the cards in the binder first, or do you want to see the cards in the deck next to me first? Because you can choose whichever one you want to see first, and I'll show it off because I have both of them. You want to see the deck? Okay. I'm going to leave out the VMAX because that's going to go with the other VMAXs that I have in my binder. But I'll show off the cards I've got. So I'll start off. This is the Golden Switch card from Pokemon 151. The Full Art Iron Thorns EX. I got it at Card Expo. the 25th anniversary Mega Rayquaza EX. I got the illustration rare Koraidon from the base set Scarlet and Violet I got at the Card Expo. The illustration rare Miraidon from base set Scarlet and Violet I got the Expo. The Radiant Eternatus from, I'm pretty sure it was Evolving Skies or something, at the Card Expo. This Eternatus V I got at a pop-up shop. This Golden Meowscarada EX I got from one of the, I think it was Paldea Evolved, that I pulled from a pack. The Pokemon Go Radiant Charizard I pulled from a pack. This is a shiny Pokemon, but they call them Radiants. You love shiny cardboard? Yeah. And the Charizard EX Full Art promo card for the Charizard Premium Collector's Box. I got this guy one year for, I think, Christmas or my birthday. It was last year, so I'm gonna say my birthday. But yeah, one of my nicer cards. I do like the full arts, but they're not my favorites. I favorite SIRs more than IRs, but just gonna do a quick arrangement thing with my binder. Arrange a couple things, and then I'll show off the cards in the binder to you guys. Now, I do have 2 SIRs, which are Secret Illustration Rares. I've only pulled 2 before. I have one of them with me, and the other one's packed away somewhere to get graded eventually. But I'll show the SIR off after all the VMAXs and the normal cards in here. So I'll start off in the binder with the first page. There's some common cards. The first half of the binder is going to be just some common cards. So we've got these just normal common cards. Registeel, Mantine, Tropius, and Bisharp. Hisuian Avalugg, Hisuian Braviary, Duraludon, and Satitan. A Hollow Cloth from the McDonald's packs. I know, it's kind of goofy. Sandaconda, Cyclizar, and Golem. The Golem is one of the oldest cards I have. This guy's from 2006. You love that Golem? Yeah, it's a nice card. We've got the Gyarados EX from, I'm pretty sure, Scarlet and Violet base set. A Vespiquen EX from Paldea Evolved or base set. We've got the the illustration rare Spiritomb from Silver Tempest. Illustration rare Milotic from Silver Tempest. The Pokemon Go Hollow Tyranitar, Hollow Charizard, and Hollow Zapdos. And we've got a Hollow Slowbro. You got Trainer Galleries? I do. I may have Trainer Galleries. I'm not sure. There's a Hollow Darkrai, Hollow Cleavor, Hollow Noivern, and a 25th Anniversary Hollow Lugia right here in the bottom corner. Oh, yeah, the Trainer Galleries are the Hisuian, or not the Hisuian, the Milotic and the Spiritomb. Next page on this. It's kind of hard to flip through these pages like this. I've got a 25th Anniversary Hollow Groudon. A Rapid Strike Hollow Zygarde. One of my older cards, too, a Hollow Machamp. This guy is from, he's from 2002, this card right here, this Machamp. A 25th Anniversary Solgaleo. That one is also hollow, I think. A Galarian Zapdos Hollow. A Hollow Full Form Zygarde. Duraludon. And a Trick or Trade Special Houndoom Hollow. And in a minute, we're going to start getting into the nicer cards. This is probably my favorite page of all the common cards. I've got a Hollow Black Kyurem. And then the 3, I think it was Gen 3 fully evolved starters, with Sceptile and Blaziken being my favorite. Sceptile is my favorite of the bunch, though. But we've got Swampert, Hollow, Hollow Blaziken, and Hollow Sceptile. And now on to the nicer cards. We've got the VMAXs. I'm not sure if this one's real or not, but these other 3 are real. I've got the Rapid Strike Blaziken VMAX and Blue Bandit. I know you were asking to see VMAXs. The Pikachu VMAX and Leafeon VMAX. I may have some more VMAXs. You sure it's real? That'd be cool. I did end up getting one year for my birthday this Mew V from Fusion Strike, and I got this Japanese illustration rare Diancie. I've got some more, another VMAX. I've got more Pico VMAX. Then I've got Mega Swampert EX, Rayquaza V from Rapid Strike. They did the black and gold arts in a special set a few years ago. Yeah, I do remember those. And this Arceus V-Star is very special because if I take it out of this thing, like this, this card is made out of metal. Like here, I'll show you. If I smack it on this. This is a metal Arceus V-Star. This card is metal. But, one of my favorite cards. I do like him. Next up on this page, we've got some of the Scarlet and Violet Pokemon. We've got Koraidon EX and Miraidon EX, as well as under each one, there's a holo of the same Pokemon. We've got a reverse holo Koraidon and a holo Miraidon. We're going to go, it might be switching back to normal common cards in a minute, but for the most part, it'll still be normal. Pulled all of these from packs. I've got Garchomp EX, Gardevoir EX, Absol EX, and Goldengo EX. I've got a Full Art Tinkaton EX I pulled from a box. Oinkologne EX, Arceus V-Star, and Umbreon V. Or, Arceus V, I meant to say. We're going into some more illustration rares. You have the Goldengo EX. Nice, Blue Bandit. I pulled this guy from one of the boxes. This is the illustration rare Raichu, illustration rare Scovillian, illustration rare Slitherwing, and the promo Screamtail from one of the Scarlet and Violet Elite Trainer boxes I opened. Skeledirge EX and Iron Valiant EX. Japanese, I think it was Okidogi EX. Japanese Gengar EX. A shiny Japanese Espartha EX Full Art, I think it was called. A reverse holo Deoxys. A holo Volcanion, reverse holo Abomasnow, reverse holo Qianpao, and a holo Gyarados. The last few pages are holos and other stuff. There's a holo Armarouge, holo Palkia, holo Skeledirge, and holo Tyranitar. A common Screamtail Slitherwing. I think that's a Iron Moth. And a common Iron Bundle. Back to some more stuff. We've got a illustration rare Steelix and a full art shiny Squawkabilly. You have the Iron Bundle. Pretty cool, Blue Bandit. Now there's some more shinies back here. We've got a shiny Hoppip and a shiny Maschiff. A holo Charmeleon down here. One of my favorite cards in my binder is the Mega Charizard EX. Blue Flame version. This is like one of my favorite Mega Pokemon. A holo Charmander, Fortress EX, Aegislash, and Mantike. Illustration rare. And a little story I would like to show you guys quick about the Fortress here. So it was one day I had been in the car opening some packs of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Obsidian Flames. I just left the store. I was opening them in the car. And Obsidian Flames was one of the few sets that they had brought back that had Charizard in it. And this guy I pulled in the first pack. Got about 2 or 3 packs, maybe 4. I pulled the Fortress in the EX in the first pack, which was pretty basic, you know. But talking while I'm opening the second pack or third pack. I'm saying in the car, like, oh, Charizards are some of the hardest cards to pull because of how rare they are. And from there in that pack, at the end of it, proceeded to pull one of the most expensive cards in the set, being the Secret Illustration Rare Charizard EX, which is now pretty much my favorite Pokemon card I've gotten. But just a quick little story to tell you about that. Got an Iron Boulder EX and Screamtail EX, as well as a Hollow Darkrai and an Illustration Rare Joltik. Hollow Arcaludon, Mewtwo, Hollow Raging Bolt, and Zekrom. How many can you guys remember at these Pokemon card names, lol? Oh, it's definitely tough. I've got a Luminous Cape gold card from Paradox Rift, a trainer card of Arven, a Hollow Meowscarada, and a Full Art Dedenne X. Autism for me, lol. Back to some more IRs. I've got the Illustration Rare Garbodor, Larvesta, Gulpin, and Manaphy. Manaphy was from Silver Tempest, I'm pretty sure. A Hollow Teal Mask Ogerpon, Glaceon V, I'm pretty sure from Evolving Skies. Ogre's Mask, and a Full Art Teal Mask Ogerpon EX. Hey, Jack, welcome back. You gotta go for school band. No worries, Blue Bandit. Thank you for joining the stream, though, and have a nice day. But thank you for joining back, Jack. It's nice to see you again in the stream. We've got another Ogre's Mask, another Teal Mask Ogerpon, Terapagos EX, and Arcaludon EX. Hollow Iron Boulder and Koraidon. Hollow Lucario and Eternatus. You can stay 2 more minutes, your dad said. Okay, nice, Blue Bandit. I've got a Hollow Fezandipity and Zeraora. A Japanese Squawkabilly EX, as well as a base set Giovanni's Nidoran from, I think, 1995. Yep, 1995. A Rayquaza common card. A Hollow Roaring Moon. Japanese Meowscarada EX. You have a Diamond EX Japanese Eevee. Nice, Jack. A Japanese, I think, I do forget what this Pokemon's name was. A 1995 base set Charmeleon card. Clefable EX, Cofagrigus EX. And that is all the pages inside of my binder. I've got a couple cards that were in the back of it to show off. Ting Lu, thank you, Origames. So I'll do these guys. I've got 4 cards from the back of the binder to show you guys. So I'll start off. This is the Charizard EX I got in a very nice collection box for Pokemon 151 that came with a Charizard statue and a bunch of packs. Primal. When I was on the bus, I think of you. Thank you, Jack. A Primal Kyogre EX. And Primal Groudon EX. And do you guys want to see the Secret Illustration Rare card or the Secret Rare Gold card that I have left? Which of the two? The Secret Gold card, Secret Rare Gold card, or Secret Illustration Rare? You can let me know which one you'd like to see now. And I will. You want to see the secret? Okay. So the secret one was intended to be after the VMAXs, and it is a VMAX itself. But this guy got it at Card Expo, and it's probably, if not one of my favorite cards. This is the Secret Rare Golden Rayquaza VMAX from Evolving Skies, one of my favorite Pokemon cards. And it's shiny with shiny dots. It's my Eevee that I told you. Nice, Jack. But this is one of, if not my favorite cards that I have from Evolving Skies. And now the Secret Illustration Rare. I pulled this card from, I think it was called Stellar Crown. Yep, Pokemon Stellar Crown. I'll take it out of the case. Actually, no, I'll keep it in the case so nothing happens. Thank you, Heck Nico, for the compliment. But this is the Secret Illustration Rare Galvantula EX from Stellar Crown. This is in a collector's box that I got in during Christmas last year, and was a really exciting pull for me. I was really happy to get this guy. One of the nicer cards in the set, too. I think it's in the top 10 or top 5 most expensive cards in the set. But it's very nice. So now that we've finished up with all the Pokemon cards, if there's any Godzilla figures or Pokemon figures, Jurassic World figures, or anything in between that you would like to see, I am open to show any if I have any. You can ask if I have any certain figures, and I can check. But yeah, overall, just go ahead, ask your questions, and I can answer. Just check the Primal Kyogre. It's over $20 in good condition. Or you just check the Primal... nice. Aura Games. I have had the Primal Kyogre for a little bit, and he is in pretty good condition. He's not really bent. And it's a really nice card. I do have this thing, I think it's called Collects. And it's a card tracking app where you can scan the card, like take a picture and scan it, and it'll come up. Mine was the same like that, but it was an Eevee Japanese. Nice, Jack. So sorry, but I have to go. Don't be sorry. It's okay, Blue Bandit. I get you have to go, but thank you for joining the stream, and hope to see you in another stream at some point, whenever I get to be back into one. But everybody say bye to Blue Bandit. He was in the stream for probably the longest here. Oh, bye, and before I go, you're so cool. Thank you, Blue Bandit. But yeah, so now you guys can ask about any figures. See you, homie. Have a good day, Blue. Oh, hey, Valkar VR. Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you in here again after yesterday's stream. But I just finished showing off a bunch of Pokemon cards that everybody else wanted to see. You're not that late. I've been filming for about 30 or so minutes. Might go to maybe like an hour or so, 50 minutes, around that. Can you see the Godzilla stuff? Yes. Do you want to see just all of it or whatever I can find? Or just, is there a certain one that you want to see? Aura Games. If there's a certain one you want to see or just want to see any that I can find right now, let me know now. Whatever you can find. You love kaiju. Okay. I've definitely got quite a few Godzilla figures that I can show to you. I'm going to start off with probably one of my more unique figures. And this, it's the Mega Construx Godzilla Evolved. This guy took about maybe 7 or 8 hours to build. One of my favorite sets that I've built before. Since Lego doesn't make Godzilla sets, I had to turn to Mega Construx. Cause they just so happened to make one for Godzilla X Kong. They did make a King Kong, or they did make a set for Kong, but it's actually not the best set. It doesn't look very accurate. The Godzilla doesn't look as accurate either, but it's definitely I think it looks better than the Kong, because not just because I'm more of a Godzilla. I'm Team Godzilla and not Kong, but the Godzilla one just looks better in my opinion. I am Team Godzilla though. I gladly will take Kong if Godzilla eventually has to go. I'll gladly take him. Speaking of so, I do have the Hiya Toys Beast Glove Kong I just got for my birthday on Tuesday. One of my favorite Hiya figures that I've gotten so far. These little compartments on the glove can one can extend out and go back in. All of these go up and can go back down. Happy belated birthday. Thank you, Aura Games. But yeah, this guy has come with the most accessories of any Hiya figure that I've gotten. He's also the first Kong figure I've gotten from Hiya Toys. And it's definitely a nice one. But he's got about 4 sets of swap-out hands and 2 swap-out heads. With an additional thing that I have a black light right here. You have Hiya 2021 Godzilla. It's dope. That's nice, Valkyr VR. Is it the Heat Ray version or is it the normal version? Because either one is nice. I have the Heat Ray. Nice, it's the Heat Ray. Is it the translucent or is it just the base one? Is it the translucent one or the normal Heat Ray figure? Did you see your message? Which message? I did see your message, Jack. But, Valkyr VR, do you have the translucent Heat Ray Godzilla from 2021 or the normal one? Either one is fine. You have the translucent. Okay, that's really cool. I definitely prefer the translucent one over the normal one. But I do have the normal Hiya Heat Ray figure from 2021. If you, I'll show off right now. This was the Hiya Heat Ray one from 2021 was actually my very first Hiya Toys Godzilla figure, and it was this guy. I do wish I could have gotten the translucent one. I like him better, but this guy will do. I still like him. It was yours too. Nice. Now, back to the Kong figure. I actually, there's a really cool other thing they added in on him. On every swap-out head, the eyes are translucent and react to a black light. You might be able to see that. And there's this little piece on the glove, too, that reacts. As well as the scars on his chest. And then on one of the open hands for the Beast Glove that are swapped out, the scars on that hand are also UV reactive. But yeah. And then Aura Games, I do have the Hiya Toys Energized Godzilla. This is probably my favorite of the 3 MonsterVerse Godzillas that I have from Hiya Toys. But the 3 that I have is this guy, the Heat Ray that I just showed you guys, and the Thermo Godzilla from Hiya Toys. But if you guys would like to see the Thermo Godzilla, I'll gladly go and grab him now. He's just right over here. The Thermo Godzilla is my most recent Hiya Godzilla. You've never seen the Thermo? Nice. Well, now is your first time seeing him. So Hiya has made 2 Thermo Godzilla figures. They've made the normal version and the battle version. I definitely like the battle version much better. Because the entire thing is see-through, kind of like the Energized Godzilla. But the other normal one is partially see-through. There's parts of him that aren't. But Valkyr VR, here is the Hiya Toys Thermo Godzilla from 2019. This is my most recent Hiya Godzilla MonsterVerse figure. This is my most recent MonsterVerse Godzilla figure. Got this guy on Easter this year. So, quite some time ago. I haven't gotten a MonsterVerse Godzilla figure since. I'm hoping I can get the Evolved Godzilla figure soon. You really want a Shin Godzilla? Nice. I like Shin Godzilla. He isn't my favorite Godzilla. if I had to pick my favorite Godzilla variant, it's either Godzilla Final Wars or MonsterVerse Godzilla. Between those two. And I do really want a Final Wars Godzilla figure. Because he is, SH Monster Arts, I know they are one of the companies that make a few of them. I'm a Space Godzilla Glazer, lol. Yeah. Space Godzilla is pretty cool. I like him. One of my favorite, he's probably my favorite Heisei Godzilla villain that popped up in that era. And moving on, get some more Godzilla figures. I've got a couple over here. He's just dope with the crystals. Nice. I used to like the Monster Arts Legendary Godzilla 2019. Nice, Falcar VR. You switched to Haya. Yeah, I was like that for a bit too. I really liked, and I did really want an SH Monster Arts figure. One time in 2021 when they released their Heat Ray Godzilla for 2021 and their Kong for 2021, I saw it at a Target all the way in the back where the TVs and collectible figures are. And I could not get it, and I have never seen it there since. But that was when I was like really into getting SH Monster Arts, but I never could get one. Until I started looking at Haya, and I just thought they were better, and when I got my first Haya figure, I was really happy about it. But I would not mind getting an SH Monster Arts figure. If I had to choose an SH figure, it'd probably be the battle version Mechagodzilla of 2021. Because that guy is probably one of my favorites. For a bit, I wanted Evolve Godzilla, but the Mechagodzilla just looks much better. But moving on to some more Godzilla figures, I have the Playmates Toys Ultimate Titan Battle Pack Evolve Godzilla. This is the supercharged Evolve Godzilla that they made. Probably my favorite Playmates Evolve Godzilla figure. Definitely a nice one. They did a good job on him. I also have the Hollow Earth 2-pack Evolve Godzilla with Shimo. This is probably my second favorite Evolve Godzilla figure from Playmates. I have the very first Evolve Godzilla figure they came out with, but I don't have him with me. I also have the Battle Roar Evolve Godzilla. You like the Playmates Mechagodzilla better, though? I definitely like the Evolve Godzilla better, but the Playmates Mechagodzilla is an exception where he's up there with Evolve Godzilla, I'll say that. I actually do have 2 Playmates Mechagodzilla figures. I'll show you guys those in a minute. The last Playmates Godzilla figure, this is the most recent Playmates figure I've gotten, is the Real Feel Evolve Godzilla. This guy probably has the most accurate paint of any of the evolved Godzilla figures that Playmates has made. And I do like this figure. He just has sometimes a hard time standing up. And he's actually very heavy. He's much heavier because he's made of rubber. That's his feature since he's the Real Feel. He's a bulky boy, yeah. He's very bulky. He's like Haya Toys heavy. Yeah, he's definitely up there. Alright, so Valkar VR. I do have 2 Mechagodzilla Playmates figures. I've got the one that came out with the Heat Ray, and then the one that came with the Heave. I said I do stop motion. Yes, I do stop motion, Aura Games. You can go check out my channel. I have tons of stop motion on the channel. But I will go get the 2 Playmates Mechagodzilla figures right now for you. Valkar VR. I have the one with the Heat Ray and the one that came with the Heave. But I've done something very special with the one that came with the Heave, which I'll show to you in a minute. But I'll grab them right now. I used to love doing that. Now I do TCG and paint my minis. Nice. Can we play? Do you mean Roblox, Jack? If that's what you're referring to. I may not have time now, but I can definitely figure something out. But Valkyr VR, so I have the two Playmates Mechagodzilla figures right now. So first I'm going to show this guy. This is the one that comes with the heat ray. My favorite of the two. The translucent spikes. Just everything about this guy is just really nice for one of the for a kid's toy. And the little special thing I did with the other Mechagodzilla, which is the first Mechagodzilla I did get, is I actually customized him. So he is one of the first custom figures on my channel. He is the first custom figure on my channel. Technically, though, it was the custom painted Evolved Godzilla, which I used the Hiya Toys Heat Ray 2021 Godzilla for. But I took the paint off because it would chip off and it was kind of annoying. But this guy, this Mechagodzilla was made before him. So he's a prototype. I used to be like the fave of -1 and now it looks ugly. It's still cool though. That's good. But this is the one that I customized. He's meant to look really scrappy and worn down because this is my custom prototype Mechagodzilla. And if you guys want a little backstory, on this guy, go ahead and let me know in the comments right now, because I do have a full-on backstory and lore for this character. He looks like an SH. But if you guys do want to see or hear the backstory of this figure, or the backstory and lore for this guy, go ahead and let me know in the chat right now. You want to? Okay. So, the lore for my prototype Mechagodzilla figure is, in 2021, when, if you guys remember, Mechagodzilla and Godzilla fought and Kong came in to help and he was defeated, that was the best attempt that Apex Cybernetics had made to destroy Godzilla, and it actually worked pretty good. But a few years before, around 2019, yes, it was in 2019, after the events of Godzilla King of the Monsters, they started to develop something that could defeat Godzilla, and eventually started to come up with the thing to make Mechagodzilla. Now, this was the very first one that they made, and this is why he's the prototype. But they were not pleased and satisfied with the results of this guy, so they ended up throwing him to scrap and continued to work on making something to destroy Godzilla. And after countless and countless attempts, they ended up making this guy, which ended up becoming a really good success against Godzilla. But with the prototype, he was thrown to scrap, and for around almost a decade, he would be shut down until a huge energy shockwave would go through the area, and it extended out. The shockwave extended out for over, I'd say, maybe 3 or 4 miles, with him being right in the middle. And since he was all worn down and scrapped, that's why he's missing his arm. He looks a bit messed up. He's missing his chest plate. I don't know if you saw right down there. But this shockwave ended up shocking his system, and after almost a decade, turning him on. And in his mind, he only had one clear goal, and that was to kill Godzilla, which is what Apex Cybernetics had given the main goal to be for the Mechagodzilla. But he also had another thing in mind. Since Apex Cybernetics had thrown him to scrap, which he had remembered, he would decide to go after them first, destroy where the headquarters where he had been created. You did a great job making him look damaged. Thank you, Ori Games. But he would go back to the headquarters where he was first made. He'd destroy that, and with him now seeing the current Mechagodzilla that was around, he would decide to go on to try and destroy him. And I've actually included, in the spot where his arm is missing, there's a little hole where the second segment would have been for the arm that actually fits the piece that on the Playmate Scar King, that actually fits the piece on the whip for the Playmate Scar King. It fits in there. That's a cool backstory. Thank you, Valgar VR. So he ended up in one universe. This guy actually did manage to take down Scar King. So he was able to attach the whip into this little socket here, and that was turned into a weapon that he had. And for the time, he could also detach and attach the whip whenever he pleased. You should make a dorsal fin broken off if you want. That sounds like a good idea. It's definitely pretty easy to do that. But he can detach and attach the whip whenever he wants to, whenever he pleases. And when he has it detached, he's able to shoot a surge of blue electricity out of this hole here. The electric pulses inside of his body after the shockwave allowed him to be able to do that. And then he still has all the normal stuff that Mechagodzilla would have had. He has the missiles, the rocket boosters, the electric hands that he can use to punch, the tail drill, and of course the atomic beam, because a Godzilla would never be anything without an atomic breath. But yeah, that's pretty much everything for Mechagodzilla, for prototype Mechagodzilla. Definitely a very developing character on my channel. Moving on though, I do also have every Playmate Shimo figure that has come out except for the giant Shimo and Battle Roar Shimo. I have all of the 6-inch figures. So I have the 6-inch Hollow Earth 2-pack Shimo that came with the other Godzilla that I showed earlier. I have the very first Shimo figure that Playmates made, which I actually also did something very special with, and I turned that into another custom. I know where he is. It's right over here. But I have the first Playmate Shimo that they had made. I used for another custom figure. So if you guys know Dallas channel, he had an idea to make a Shimo evolved figure. So I took the liberty for one of his Friday Night Custom videos to decide to make one myself with using metallic pink paint. But this is my custom Shimo evolved with the Playmate Shimo. This was the second or third custom. This is the third custom figure I've made. But it's pretty basic. There's some pink inside the mouth, all over the spines, on the tail, on the toenails as well. But yeah, this one took about an hour, 2 hours to paint. I am going to unfortunately have to end the stream soon, because I'm almost out of time for filming. But I'll show off a couple more figures. You guys can ask some more questions after, and then we'll end off the stream there. But the last Shimo, all good, brother. Thanks for showing me your stuff. Thank you. No problem, Ori Games. I've never been called out in a live, but this live I have been. Yep, no problem, Valkyr VR. And the last Shimo figure that I have is the Ultimate Titan Battle Pack Godzilla X Kong Shimo that came in that pack. This is personally probably my favorite Shimo figure that Playmates has made. But I may like the other Shimo better, the one in the 2-pack with Godzilla. This one just has a bit kind of funky paint. It's definitely kind of weird with the purple. But I do still like this figure, very much so. It looks like a level 45 Godzilla. And the highlight of that battle pack actually was my first Mothra figure that I have gotten. This is the Playmates Ultimate Titan Battle Pack Mothra from Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. This is the first Mothra figure I've gotten, and I definitely really like this one. I'm hoping at some point soon to get the Playmates Thermo Godzilla, which they recently released, and they are releasing a Scylla figure, Scilla, they're releasing a figure of her soon, and I'm hoping to get that because I've seen a really nice joints and posability on that one. But I think we're going to end off showing off figures, and if you guys have any questions you'd like to ask, get them in now with the last maybe like 9 or 10 minutes we have remaining. If you've got any questions, go ahead and ask now. I'm actually going to put up a, do you have a good what, Valkyr VR? Sorry, wrong word. Okay, no problem. Do I have a Ghidorah? I do have one Ghidorah figure, actually. Should be right around here. But the only Ghidorah figure I have is the Bandai, or it's one of the Bandai figures, I'm pretty sure. Bandai Ghidorah from the Heisei or Showa era. It might take a minute to find it. But I do, in fact, have Ghidorah. It's just hiding somewhere. He's trying to hide from me. Oh, here he is. But here is the Ghidorah figure I have. I've had this guy for maybe 5 years now, or so. Got him Easter one year. But this is the Ghidorah figure I have. It's not the nicest one. Still pretty good though. I like him. I do have one more special figure to show off quick. Can I see the golden dragon with 3 heads? This is him right here. But I have one more special figure to show off, and then you guys can keep asking questions. But one day at Walmart, I was at Walmart, and I found in a huge bundle of Playmates One Eye figures, I found the Playmates Toys Drowned Viper figure from Godzilla X Kong. This is one of my favorite Playmates figures. What time you end the stream? Probably end in maybe like 5 or so minutes. So if you want to get your questions in, go ahead and do it now. Because that's the best Playmates toy so far. Yeah, it's one of the best ones. He's my favorite, or one of my favorite ones so far. But yeah, go ahead and ask your questions now if you have any more before we have to end off the stream. We've got about 5 minutes. Because the articulations, yeah. You don't want me to leave. I would stream for much longer, but I have other things to do. I have some other stuff I have to get to. Like like I said in a post I made last night, I've been very busy with school, so I haven't had a bunch of time to post. But I post whenever I get the chance to. I'll try and get some more posts in at some point, whenever I get the time. But we've got a little bit more time, so go ahead and ask your questions now. If that you want to get in. School is very important, Aura Games. But yeah, go ahead, ask your questions now, and I will answer the questions you would like to ask. I'll come up with an answer for some of them. So go ahead and ask now. And then also 1.3K subscribers is a pretty big landmark. Thank you guys for getting me to that point. Trying to get to 2,000. I'm new here. What kind of stop motion do you do? Do you one-offs or full stories? So that's a pretty good question, Aura Games. I actually do both of those. So I make multiple part stop motions. I'll make stop motion just on occasion. Do you have any other figures other than Kaiju? I do Valkyr VR. I have Pokemon figures like this guy right here, my Mega Charizard X from Jazzwares. I have Jurassic World figures like the Hammond Collection T-Rex, one of my favorite Hammond Collection figure. But back to Aura Games. So I have a stop motion that I'm working on right now. This is it's by far one of the longest stop motions I've made. At almost 7 minutes long now. And it is going to be Godzilla versus Charizard. And it's Godzilla fighting the Charizard I just showed on the screen. And that's probably going to be a one-time stop motion. But I have other stop motions, like a few things with my original character, Crypto. He's a dummy 13 that I got off of Amazon. But he's in a few series. He's got one series called Crypto's Team. There's another one called Energized Godzilla versus Crypto. The Adventures of Crypto and Godzilla. Those are three series I have with Godzilla and Crypto. Or just Crypto in general. And then some other series I've got going on. I've got Energized Godzilla versus Thermo Godzilla. Supercharged Evolved Godzilla versus Energized Godzilla. I've got a lot of series. I'm bringing back some stop motion series, like my very first one, which is Godzilla versus Shimo. And I'm also going to currently start working soon on my finale, the finale for my second stop motion series, Godzilla vs. Scar King, which I haven't posted a video on in quite some time now. But that the finale for that video, that's going to be part 4, is soon going to be in the works after some other stop motions. Very recently, before I had traded away the Hammond Collection Therizinosaurus that I had for the T-Rex, I was able to make one singular last stop motion, which was remastering a stop motion from over almost a year ago, and it was would be dope if you did King Ghidorah and Charizard versus Godzilla and Kong. That would be pretty cool. I'll definitely think about that, honestly. That is a very good idea, Valkyr VR. I'll definitely think about making a video on that, especially with the Beast Club Kong now that I have him. Now, if I was going to make that video, which of the 3 Godzilla Haya figures would you want me to use? The Energized, Thermo, or base Heat Ray Godzilla figure? Which of those 3 would you want me to use for that video? Drop a sub so I can watch. Thank you, Aura Games. But of the three Haya MonsterVerse Godzilla figures I have, if I was going to make Ghidorah and Charizard versus Godzilla and Kong, would you want to see Thermo Godzilla, Heat Ray Godzilla, or Energized Godzilla? What made you into stop motion? So, what maybe I have a lot of inspiration from EGM. He's a very big stop motion YouTuber. He makes Godzilla stop motions. He makes Jurassic World stop motion and all sorts of things. You want to see the Heat Ray Godzilla? Nice. But I started looking when I started seeing his things. I started deciding I wanted to make it. So I started off with using CapCut and just doing multiple pictures and then putting them into the video. Now I use Stop Motion Studio, and when I started Stop Motion Studio, I worked my videos at 5 frames per second, or FPS. He's one of your favorite stop motion YouTubers. Yeah, he's one of mine too. But I started making videos on Stop Motion Studio with 4 frames per second, or around 5. And now I operate them at 7 or 8 frames per second. Man, I did stop motion on my DSi. Lol. You first started with iMovie. Nice, Valkyr VR. But we are going to end off the stream in maybe around a minute or so. So if there's any more questions you have, go ahead and get them in now. Before I end off the stream, because I do want to answer your questions if you have any, guys. But yeah, go ahead and ask your questions before I have to end the stream off. We got about a minute left before I'm gonna end things off. Not a question, but I hope you have the great rest of your day, bro. Thanks for sharing your hobbies with us. Thank you, Aura Games. Thank you for I appreciate that. When's the next stop motion? So I'm not sure when I'm going to make the next stop motion. Depending on anything on my channel. Stop motions are definitely harder to get to because they take more time than other things like YouTube Shorts and edits. So, I'll try to get a stop motion out maybe this weekend or next week, and you can hope to see one this weekend, this coming weekend, or next week. It'll probably involve maybe Kong and Godzilla doing a fight, like Energized Godzilla and the Beast Glove Kong. It might involve those two in a remaster version of another one. I wish my channel was that big. Lol, making content is hard when everything I do costs money. Yeah, that's definitely tough. Honestly, without Haya figures, because I started making stop motion with the kids' toys, like the Playmates figures. The Haya figures cost a pretty good amount of money. I've seen like Energized Godzilla cost around 50, Kong costed around 80. Thermo Godzilla was way over 100. And then Heat Ray was around 80 or 90. So overall, that's almost $300, $400 of Haya figures. And they have some of the best articulation I've seen. SH Monster Arts does do really good with articulation in their figures, though. So, I definitely want to try to get an SH figure at some point. What's your favorite Godzilla villain? Okay, so I have a top 3. In third place, I'd have to say Space Godzilla. $50 for a Haya is a good price. Yeah, that's normally what they sell them for on like their websites and stuff. In second place on my favorite villain, it'd have to either be Mechagodzilla 2021 or Ghidorah. And in first place, I think I'm gonna have to go with Scar King. He's just like Scar King could be in first place. I could potentially swap him to second place. But Scar King was just like your first is Mecha. Yeah, Mecha's a pretty good villain. I like him a lot. But Scar King was just you like Biolante. Yeah, Biolante was a pretty cool villain. Only got one movie, but she was still a pretty cool villain. But Scar King was just like an ideal villain. Like he was a jokester and he would joke around. Isn't Mecha and Ghidorah the same person? So technically Mechagodzilla and Ghidorah from 2021 are the same person because it was only the right head that they were using to control Mechagodzilla. They didn't use any of the other ones. It was just the right head that had been ripped off. They did Scar King dirty, in my opinion. Yeah, they did do him kind of dirty. But Scar King was a really good villain. He had all the aspects of like a pretty good villain. He was jokester. He would make fun of the actual like hero in a way. He like you remember. I don't know if you guys remember when he laughed at Kong for his metal tooth. He actually like controlled Shimo by using pain. And he just enslaved all the great apes. Like he killed those who I think disobeyed or didn't do the right thing, didn't serve him right, and he starved them too. Because a lot of them are much smaller than Kong, and I actually have a pretty cool thing on why they're so much smaller than Kong is because while being under Scar King's rule, he starved them so much to where to the point where they didn't have a lot of good body strength and they weren't fed enough to be much bigger like Kong. And like in Kong Skull Island, Kong was raised and born. He grew up on Skull Island, and he ate a variety of titans. Like he fed himself natural protein. He fought other titans on the island too, which gave him muscle strength. It just overall turned him into the strongest ape in the MonsterVerse, really, because of all of his good body health that he had worked for on Skull Island. But yeah, those are my top three villains. If you have any more questions, go ahead and ask them now before we end the stream off. We'll go to like maybe 8. Haya's kind of dangerous because of the spikes. Yeah, Haya does not disappoint. I actually quite a few times since getting the Haya Kong on the tip of his beard on his head right down here, I've scratched myself quite a few times. And Mini Kong is tough. Yeah, Suko was definitely a really cool guy. I liked seeing him. He was funny in the movie. But if you've got any more questions, go ahead and let me know now. Oh. Let me know any questions you have now, and I'll answer them. Did they ever explain what happened to Baby Godzilla? I forgot the name they gave it. Godzilla Jr., is that who you're thinking of from 1995, Godzilla vs. Destroyer? Because I know we've got, there's Manila, there's Baby Godzilla, there's Little Godzilla, and Godzilla Jr. You think it's Godzilla Jr.? So, Godzilla Jr. and Godzilla vs. Destroyer, after his father's meltdown, which is Godzilla, when he was in his burning form, after his meltdown, all the radiation from that Godzilla, Godzilla Jr. absorbed and basically turned into the new Godzilla, but the series was discontinued and went on to be like the MonsterVerse and the Millennium era. So that's really it. But yeah, get your last and final questions in. Oh yeah, Destroyer is definitely the best villain, honestly, actually. He's definitely up there with Scar King. Him and Scar King are fighting for third place or for first place. But yeah, go ahead and get your final questions in because I'm gonna end off the stream soon. Go ahead and ask your questions, and yeah. Because I'll end off the stream in a minute, and then Good job on the edits. Thank you, Valkar VR. I think I asked everything I wanted to know. Have a good day, bro. Hope to see you live again soon. Thank you, Aura Games. Thank you for tuning into the stream. And hope to see you in another live stream if I ever make one. And hope to see any comments or anything on any videos that I post. But thank you. But if you have any more questions, Valkar VR, go ahead and ask those now. And I'll gladly answer them. Definitely, bro. Have a great one in case I don't see you again. Thank you. Do you think you can live tomorrow? So tomorrow is probably going to be tough for me to do a live stream because I have school and then I've got a lot to do on Friday. But definitely this weekend by some chance. If there's a chance that I have time to do it this weekend, I will definitely go live. But I don't think it'll happen tomorrow. If you do have any more questions, go ahead and ask those now because I'm going to end off the stream in like a minute or so. But if you have any more questions, go ahead. You can get like maybe a few more, and then I'm gonna end the stream off. I'm very happy that you and Aura Games sticked around for most of the stream. Thank you again for that. Do you have any other Godzilla action figures? Man, I've got plenty of Godzilla action figures. You can ask whichever one I have. You can ask for Godzilla. You can ask for Kong. You can ask for anything else, and I could definitely find one. I don't have any more Haya Godzilla figures, but I definitely have I have a ton. I definitely have more. I have tons of the Playmates Godzilla figures. I have more of the Godzilla. Do I have Scar King? Yes, I do have Scar King. I can actually find him right now. It'll just give me 1 second. So I have 2 Scar King figures. I have Scar King from the Hollow Earth 2 battle pack with Kong and Scar King. That Scar King was the first Scar King figure I got along with Kong. But and then I have the Scar King from the Ultimate Titan battle pack. But right here, I'll show you in a minute. I have the Scar King from the 2-pack from the Hollow Earth battle. I'll get him out in a second. Well, yeah, here's the Playmate Scar King from the 2-pack. Yeah, that's one of the 2 Scar King figures I have. Maybe one day you can post a picture of your collection. So that may be tough because I would have to bring out like every Godzilla figure and find a place to put them all. But whenever I do get the chance, I will post a picture of that. But I think I'm going to end off the stream here. Thank you again for joining the stream, Valkar VR. And I really appreciate you and some of the other people for sticking around. But I think we're going to end everything off here. Thank you again to those who had stuck around. And hopefully, I hope to see you guys in any other live streams or videos that I do post. And I hope you all have a very good... I hope you all have a nice, good day. Goodbye.